It all starts innocently enough. You're at your computer or on your smartphone sending a tweet about your idea of the perfect video game. A few days later, you get an email ad in your inbox that advertises a video game along the lines of what you tweeted. Then, a few days after that, another email with a more specific subject line catches your interest. You open it and are drawn to the engaging and friendly tone of its contents, even reading more background info and watching a video about it. You place your order believing that the sender went to great lengths to be familiar with your preferences. Except the sender wasn't human. It was a robot that was the best salesman you ever encountered. Before we get into the bits and bytes of how a robot became the best salesman ever, make sure to like this video, subscribe to The Richest, and join our notification squad. Now let's check out how a robot became the best salesman ever. To most savvy online users, the presence of robots trying to alter our mindsets into buying products and services is nothing new. There's no shortage of companies out there that use a wide array of monitoring software to track down the information they need to draw you to their inventories. Some of those tactics, like bots, cookies, and search engine spiders, have been collecting data on your browsing habits for years, hoping to eventually translate those into sales. But with the development of artificial intelligence, the power of persuasion is almost guaranteed to be harder to resist. And while the use of AI in the implementation of automated sales and marketing software is getting more robust each year, enough of it was around back in 2016 when an unusual case study hit the inboxes of the editorial staff at the website Stuff You Should Know. The study was in the form of a letter from an anonymous reader who wanted to share a real-life scenario of how a customer could not only be robotically attracted to a product, but even buy it as well. The company that employed this mystery reader was also unknown, but the whole process of creating a robot salesman was such a fantastic read that the website published the letter online. Even more unbelievable was that the robot could outsell all of its flesh and blood colleagues. So how did they do it? Well, first they implemented every tracking tool they had at the time. The organization has software capable of finding out what videos people watched, websites they visited, links they clicked on, and even parts of a website that a mouse might hover over, which experts call heat mapping. They also had access to information such as phone numbers people dialed, browsers being used, emails opened and unopened, and every activity users performed on social media. The company also created several websites that would contain information on the products they sold. The site options available to them included everything from industrial forums to business sites containing a series of articles they figured might be useful information to consumers. Email ads were also created and altered to fit the needs of a targeted customer, who after opening the email ad would find exactly what he was looking for. Then they created Jerry, the robotic salesman. Jerry was the receptacle of all that prep work the company performed and was designed to go after the least likely customer targets. Jerry was made out to be like a real person, complete with signature at the bottom of the message to get away from the generic redundancy of the message. And those emails shotgun to those reluctant customers suggested recipients read about a certain success story or a video involving their product that might change their minds. After 1 week, Jerry made his first sale and even sent a follow-up email to thank the customer, indicating that the purchaser was the first one in his zip code to buy the product. Several more sales followed, and 6 months later, Jerry was the top salesperson in the company. One company developing technology for commercial uses is Cyrano.ai that blends artificial intelligence and emotional quotients, especially when it comes to how language is used in relation to a consumer's mood. One way it's been doing this is by examining clues in transcripts sent between potential customers and car dealership staff to determine which words, phrases, and sentences would lead to a sale in an online conversation. Another company called Codebreaker Technologies has taken a different approach. The firm created software that reverse engineers the science of psychology and assesses a person based on personality types that make them more likely to buy a product. Additional research into probability determined that sales were 82% more likely to happen when both a buyer and seller share the same values. The company's software has since been profiled at sales conventions around the world and even showcased at a demonstration at Harvard University. Recent developments in automated sales and marketing software might make prospective corporations rubbing their hands in glee over the prospects the technology might bring. But to reluctant consumers, it's a different story. The invasive nature of the technology may have some people fearful that their rights to privacy have been violated. And besides, being sold a bill of goods by a robot does create some rather creepy shudders of revulsion. Other reasons to worry include an even greater onslaught of messages trying to persuade customers, as well as wondering what other information companies might have that could be used against them. But in the meantime, there probably is no stopping progress. That said, maybe some folks would prefer to be involved in automated sales the old-fashioned way, when the email sender answered to the name of Jerry. Well, it's about time to hit the off switch on this look at how a robot became the best salesman ever. Were you fascinated or fearful over what the future of sales and marketing might bring? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to The Richest.